Hello, we are now live. Game Engine Coding Livestream part 125. Still on the GUI, part 56. Not long left now with the GUI. Hoping by the end of next week we should be done. So roughly around about probably part 63. And yes, let me just make a quick announcement of this in the Discord group. I'll just post it to Facebook and Twitter as well. And those of you that are unaware, the latest episode of the Just Average People podcast, episode 4, went live this morning at 6 a.m. as it usually does on a Saturday. Available, Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Google, those platforms, and a few other ones as well, but all the major ones. And yeah, we have a friend of mine who is a professional engineering programs officer. I made a mistake, not high. That was a mistake there. And there we go. So yeah, enjoy that. And almost at 2,700 members on the group as well. Netku says hi. Hello Netku, how are you doing? Hopefully you are having a good Saturday. Me and my wife are having a good Saturday indeed. And she's just listening to watching a video and reading a book on a Kindle. Okay. So now looking at last time, fix mouse click. Use something like is mouse button press outside the button but reverse if it starts inside. Can remember the mouse click. So let's see what the issue was. I think I can remember. I've got a bunch of snacks here as well. I've got a fruit bowl and a bunch of dates as well. A pineapple, so tangy, so good. Good making game in C++ right now. Ooh, what are you making? And what engine are you using? So what was the issue? That was it. So it's possible, and you definitely notice this on mobile apps, but even on desktop apps, games. I might click the play button. Haven't released the button yet. You might even hear it on the mic. And I might move my mouse out of it, then let go. But I let it go outside of it, so it shouldn't trigger that event. So we don't want that. So yeah, so I was saying let's try something like that, but for inside. Is mouse button released inside the button? That has to be true. Actually, I'll just say equal_is mouse button. My own game engine. Oh, can we make your own game engine? Cool. Also, a basis I use in OpenGL, or going a little higher level with me, like me, SFML, or even higher level or lower level. OpenGL, woohoo! How you getting on? What progress have you made so far? Mehmet says hi. Hello Mehmet, how are you? Forgot to put an equal here. Okay, so we want to say and underscore is mouse button release inside a button is here. Okay, so we want to say if the release else if event mouse button released so first of all we'll check for this. Then next we're going to check if it's being so if we want it to be not this, and then we'll say, and we'll check a if button Man, would this actually work now? Let's give it a go. That blue man was a bit dodgy. Some dates here as well. A skybox from the tutorial I did, or just in general? When somebody had that issue. Did I spell mouse button wrong? Masua? Let me rename this then. First of all, that's the reason I'm working. I was like, but it compiles and runs? My tutorial, okay. I think you were having that issue before. So you don't have, do you have any errors in the console or terminal, anything to do with shaders? That's usually what, I mean, that's where a lot of the problems come about. I don't know even if I'm getting in here. SPD log. Free. Am I even getting in here? Oh, for starters. That needs to be like that. I mean, that could actually work now. That might just be in it that I didn't update that because I've copied and pasted. Let's see. Also, that's not getting reset as well, so we need to reset it. So at the end of here, I'll say underscore is mouse button, something along those lines. Nora's Nanda he says hi, hello. Jesus Christ, 125 parts. It's gonna go a lot longer than that. It's gonna be at least 200-300 parts. But that'll be in creating games as well. One. And you tried the code from GitHub, didn't you?
Nothing at you burping.
Huh?
Nothing at you burping.
I know. Literally goes into all three, so it goes into 0, goes into 1, goes into 2, goes into 3. So it's it's because of this. You got a haircut? I did indeed. Got it yesterday actually. Today's Saturday, so I got it yesterday.
And the beard taken off.
That is technically hair, babe.
Hmm?
That's technically hair.
I know, but wasn't the comment you just got your hair cut?
Yeah. Technically hair.
Oh, okay.
You just want recognition of the beard, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You don't actually care about the hair that much. If you could only have one of them, could?
No, both.
No, which one?
Both.
If
There's
you,
no compromise in this.
it's the beard. Trust me. There is a problem. I'll fix that after. Well, it's technically not a collect event anymore, is it? I guess technically it's a hover event. Did you see the comment? Huh?
Is that girl in the back single?
No, she is not. She is my wife. All mine. Day and night, she's all mine.
That's funny.
Renis put a loading spinning thing image.
I've never seen my face.
I know. Hashtag G. I have a funny feeling that this is going to work. I mean, I have a good feeling. Nope. It's even worse. Yo, what version of macOS do you run? It's Big Sur on my laptop and Catalina on my PC of my Mac Pro. Mac Pro is the 6.1 2013 trash can one. I don't have Big Sur on it for the simple reason I haven't got that much storage. I need to upgrade storage. Keeps moaning that I don't have enough storage to install it, so I've tried to take stuff off and to upgrade storage. Oh, it's a no-go. SSPP game crashed as soon as I launched the app. Any game as well. What Mac you using? So H1, that'll be hover one. Yeah, so in terms of hardware, you shouldn't have any issues. That shouldn't be slow to be able to do that. What OS are you on? You haven't mentioned that. We get to 4. Which is the one we want to get to? You know what? I might just get rid of this. What version of PPSSPP are you using? Are you using my recent 2021 tutorial? Basically, the app flows fine, just when I load it and game crashes for some reason. Have you checked the compatibility list? I mean, possible. It's not like possible, but your game's not on the compatibility list. This becomes false, so try the Windows version of it via Bootcamp and I came across none of these issues. Yeah, probably gonna be less issues with Bootcamp, but yeah, like what was asking, are you, which tutorial of mine are you following? The 2021 version or just the older version? 2021 version actually has that in the title and in the thumbnail, so you should be able to tell pretty easily if that's the one. Strange. Depending when you left a comment, I haven't checked the comments. I think I checked my comments yesterday, I haven't checked them today. Did FF ever get triggered? Yeah, it gets triggered at the start of a click. We get triggered at the start, but yeah, that's it, the once. Let me try this. Literally it. I think that's it. Okay, so I feel like we can get rid of this entirely. See if that still works the same way. If it does, we should be all good. So remove the SPD log. Just I'm probably missing a curly brace somewhere. There we go. Let's add an extra curly brace. Looks even better now. Good stuff. And let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Don't need this. Don't need this. I'll confirm it's still working the same way in a second, but it's looking all good. Then I can start looking at implementing it so we can specify which mouse button and which button should trigger it based on the keyboard. It might not be enter, it might be some other keys as well on top of enter, and then different keys for arrow keys and all that stuff. So let me just confirm this is still working, and then we'll have a look at doing the other stuff. Comment on this as well. Is the mouse button, was the mouse button pressed outside of the button? Was the thus so I wanted it on release. It's not on release, is it? No. So in here, we'll say was mouse button clicked equals true. So have a look at that now. Ooh. Either in there or in here. Let's do that again. Those two are very similar. I mean, like, they're almost identical. Bar the state string. Not quite. There's still an issue. There could be another issue. We're almost there with it now. Let's have another date. Let me try this. It's really good for game development. Honestly, never heard of it. Now look, I can usually tell pretty quickly. Let me just test this first. Did I do the enter key or not yet? It does get reset there. That's another issue in itself. The fact is that's still there. So that wouldn't actually do anything. The enter key don't work anymore. Let's undo this. Let's get rid of this stuff. So rate dip. So if we do this method, don't need to constantly reset it. It's interesting. Yeah, rate lib. Let me check that out for you first. Okay, that's nice. Good set of platforms. Pretty old. Excellent. Yeah, I've heard of this before. Never used it, but I've heard of it. It's nice. Does it support beyond OpenGL 3.3? It's pretty old now. It's got, that's technically still modern OpenGL, but honestly it looks pretty good. Written in C. So it seems like it's very old language based, but that helps with compatibility. But it does have binding for the source code. C Sharp, Go, Python, that'll be Ruby, that's Lua, I think, yes. And what's that one? RS, I've heard. Recognize the logo. Rust. And never heard of that one. And apparently there's more. C++ is the main one I would go for, but looks like they got one. pretty interesting as well. I mean, yeah, that looks fine. Looks decent enough. I mean, there's similarities to the way SFML is set up with this, so yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. If that's what you want to use, then go for it. One further thing I can try, that I can think of. Could this be the issue? Almost there. Almost there. A bit of a bug. There's two bugs at the moment. If I click play and I drag onto another one, it'll trigger settings. It's not the end of the world. I'll leave that one. That's not that much of an issue. But if I click it, then drag off it, but don't click it, the next thing I hover over that'll consider that event as the clicked event. Ooh. Let me try something here. That fixes both issues. So problem with the enter key not working, but boom, both issues fixed. I'll get rid of that. Put that there, get rid of this. Get rid of this. It's looking good. So now, get rid of this code here. Comment this bad boy. Was the mouse button clicked? Ability to set multiple mouse keys. We have an issue where the enter key ain't working now. If we go here, see, I feel like it's this. feel like let me just run and see what happens if I don't do any mouse hover buttons. See if it works at the start. If it don't work at all, then it could be something else. If it does at the start, it could be something else potentially. Okay, that's fine. No feature that I want in the button group. Method to no method to orient position button group in the center, x-axis, y-axis, both axes. That will be useful because predominantly, especially like on the main system, you have like the game title or the menu name. Then in the center, let's say vertically, you'll have the buttons. Though they might be a little lower. I mean, not horizontally, you'll be centered. Vertically, it might be a little lower because if you have some sort of title or the game title. But you'll have it centered in one axis at least a lot of the time, so that would be a useful feature to have. Yeah, the enter key ain't working. Let's just see that. I'll be wrapping up soon, but I want to see if I can figure this out. Reality is it should be getting in here. Don't see why it ain't. I mean, I don't see why it ain't working. I mean, the other keys still work. That still works. The clicked index must be let's actually see what that's getting set to. Must be getting reset somewhere. That's what's going to be happening. I figured it out right then what the issue was. No. Okay, so we're getting the right index. So it must be resetting back in one of these. So let me see what would happen if I was to remove both of these. The idea in my head is the enter key should start working again. I would assume it's probably something to do with this one here. Let me just see what happens if I whack it back in here. Run that, and then I might need to uncomment this out as well. So yeah, that works. So I'm gonna hazard a guess it's this one here. No, it doesn't seem like it's that one. Might be both potentially, but why are both getting triggered? Maybe because that's getting reset there as well. Make sure it's still working the way it was. Okay, I'm going to wrap up for today. And commit the code. So button group. I got the clicked fixed. Broke the enter key in the process. Will fix tomorrow. Let me just update it here. Part 126, part 57, and we're wrapping up momentarily. Okay, so that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. If anyone has any questions in general, remember you can always join the Discord group. Should have posted it at the start. I forget, my little sister always roast me for forgetting. But I'll see you soon, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the rest of your weekend, and bye bye.